All right. Good morning, everybody.
Good
Good
morning.
morning. How it
And a
is?
very, 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 very warm welcome to another empowering morning conversation session. All right.
Hello. Yeah. ఎక్కడ ఓపెన్
So, what is it that you can make possible? This is a question I want to begin with all the people who have already joined. Is what is it that you can make possible in your life by being a part of these morning empowering conversations? See, that's the idea, right? What is it that we are going to make possible in our life because we are a part of this morning conversations? So I just want you to think about it. Don't say anything right now. And you know what the purpose is. So maybe I should explain it for the benefit of those who are online or those who don't know it or those who are coming for the first time. The purpose is that when we are surrounded by a sea of negativity, we will have a tendency to be influenced by that, and then we will be in a state of despondency and despair. And that's of no use to us. Okay. What is of use to us is that when we are positive, then we see possibilities, and instead of fighting with life, we are making use of life to fulfill whatever it is that we wish to create in life. Okay. So the purpose of these empowering morning conversations is to have a life of ease, joy, and glory, and to be able to create life the way we would like to. So today is the 29th day of these calls, and some of you are our regulars and you've been with us right from the beginning, and I congratulate you for being a part of our journey so far. It encourages me and my team a lot, that you people chose to remain with us. Okay. It's a source of great encouragement. And when you go and apply whatever it is that opens up for you here, when you apply it in your life, and then when you come and share with us what happened by doing that, that gives us even more encouragement. Hasina, you should mute yourself when you get into side
I'm sorry. Yes,
conversations,
I
please.
know. I know. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
All right, so I was sharing with you all that when you share with us what you achieved or how your day went and what you created the previous day, that gives us even further encouragement. And not only that, it gives ideas to other people that, okay, I can also do that. All right. So why don't we start with listening to some of you sharing about what's been happening and how was your last couple of days and whatever opened up for you in this session, how did you use it in your life? So who would like to speak?
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Sir, regarding the judgment, uh, I'm fully aware of our day-to-day life about my judgments and my how to take a decisions. But the problem is the people whom I am interacting with are people whom I am working with, but I am not able to succeed. How to change them? I just want to have a
Yeah, so if I was to put that in simple language, you are saying that I get influenced by other people. I'm not able to influence them. Correct? So I'll tell you something. The biggest way of influencing other people is to generate, when you generate a particular feeling, people get influenced by that feeling. That is step number one. Okay. Step number two is if you are preaching to somebody something, you do it yourself, right? Become a leader. The leader is not waiting for the approval of other people to start doing things. He just starts doing it and people follow him because he's doing it. He's not waiting, okay, if 20 people agree with me, then I will do it. And Reddy Garu, if you want to discuss more specific on this one, then you can call me up and we'll talk more in detail on it. But just remember, either the world will influence you or you will influence the world. Great. Thank you very much. So I was inviting everybody to share what is it that they've been doing with what we are learning here. So when you go and apply in the life what happened, and it'll be very encouraging to know what you did and what happened. So who wants to go next? Kuldeep ji, good morning.
Good morning, sir. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning.
So is there anything you'd like to share with us?
What was the
Share in
point?
terms, so you missed, you came a little later.
Because of the
I was,
connection
doesn't
problem.
matter. I was sharing with everyone that when you come here every morning and you take back with you a dose of positivity, and then you decide to practice certain things which in your life,
Right, right.
then you will have certain experiences and you can always share those experiences with us. So if you've got any such experience which you would like to share with us, we would love to hear from you. All right, so Bhadresh or anybody else? So while Kuldeep ji is thinking, we can have other people share.
Yeah, good morning.
Morning, how are you?
Fine, thank
Nice
you.
to see you.
Yeah, nice to see all of you also. Okay, I just sharing my experience that I'm not that regular, but I can attend like now thrice a week sessions.
Okay,
because
very good, excellent.
Because I go to outdoor for my other activities, so I would not be in a position to attend this. But for twice a week, I'll see Monday, Wednesday,
Okay. All right, is there anything else you'd like to tell us? So first of all, congratulations on being committed enough to come 3 days in a week.
This line is not okay.
Yeah, I got it. So anybody else would like to share with us, right? So whatever we do here, you've attended so many sessions with us. So you attend, then you go and do something. I'm sure you do. It's not like you come here in the morning, you feel good, and then you forget all about it. So when you go and do something, I'm sure you'll have something to share about the results you achieved or some experiences that you might have had.
So, good morning, sir. Can I go ahead?
Good morning. Yes, definitely.
So for me, yesterday I choose to be happy throughout the day, but some incidents happen. It's not about that what they conveyed. Interpretation is going on in my mind. It's a self-talk. When whatever they are talking, it's like for me, it's like some judgmental or view of that. It was keep on popping up.
And
I know that I'm judging. I want to drop that, but still I'm not able to achieve that, to dropping that immediately. The conversation is going on, but self-talk is going on in my head. I don't know how to overcome that.
I taught you that. I made you practice it on this session a number of times, right? When you get into that mode, what was that exercise you can do? Do you remember? Or should I remind you? Anybody remembers?
50 objects to look at the things.
Exactly. Yeah. Like with intensity, you look at them. By the time your mind will be settled and you'll be in control of your mind. So did you try that?
Actually, I was in front of them. I was talking. I was feeling a little bit like whether if I'm doing this kind of thing, whether they may feel something, that kind of things going on in my head.
Oh, okay. Now that's a tough situation to do it. So as they're talking and you're reacting.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Yeah. So you'll have to get a little more mastery on being present. Okay. So as we carry on, we'll teach you more things. See, that's why we say that if you make it a habit, something.
Yes.
So one habit which we don't have is to take the information as it comes. Our habit is what? We will always add our own interpretation to it.
Yes.
That's the habit. That's the default mode. When we add our interpretation to it, the interpretation is going to make you upset, not what they're saying. Isn't it? So you realized it, but somehow you are not able to kind of stop your interpretation.
Yes.
So here's a tip which I'll tell you. Next time when the interpretation is happening, at least in your mind you can say, no, oh, that's my interpretation.
Okay.
Or there's another thing you can say, oh, that's an interesting point of view that I have. And it's interesting that I've got this point of view, because what is an interpretation? It's a point of view, right? So when you make this into a habit, because a lot of times we do this,
Okay.
we do this quite frequently without even realizing it. So if you make it a habit that every time an interpretation pops up in your mind, you immediately say, oh, that's an interesting point of view. And it's interesting that I have this point of view. So that gives you the freedom. You know that it's not real what you're thinking. It's just a point of view.
Okay.
So if you
Okay,
choose
sir.
to get upset with your point of view, then it's good. Please be upset. So good. Thank you very much for sharing.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
All right. Who's next? I'd like to hear from a couple of more people. So whatever we are doing here, yes. What popped up? Yes, Neeti.
I think in the last 1 month, I've been able to break a lot of my internal barriers, applying all that I have learned here and more from our one-to-one interactions. I have finally been able to get into addressing areas which all these years I have not been able to do. And the best part is I'm being able to do it without getting into a fit of a temper or a fit of a depression or any, unwanted feeling. With a very calm mind, I'm being able to address a lot of things. So that is what I feel good about. जो आपकी छड़ी इतने सालों से पड़ रही थी ना, finally.
Yeah, and you should also add, I'm doing it with a smile on my face,
Yes, and this includes professional also.
Exactly. So that's what, no? That's why they'll say, baby zara has de tu. Because it makes you feel good, right? Interestingly, the kind of happiness chemicals that get released into your bloodstream, it's worth it, isn't it? Thank you so much for sharing that.
Yes, thank you.
Because it gives me a lot of validation and makes it worthwhile for me to do what I'm doing. A lot of times my family and other people ask me, why are you doing this, Deepak? What do you get out of it? Well, this is what I get out of it. So thank you very much for that tonic that you just gave me. Yes, Bhadresh, would like to say something more?
Yeah, I got disconnected. Hello, because of the
Yes.
net problem, I got disconnected. Yeah.
Yes.
So I just want to tell that in our professions work, when we go in the office and also like all were the new and all, and I was like their supervising and all those kind of their work was to be checked. So I was not getting a cooperation, like kind of because for them I'm the outsider. But now as I go with the smiles and I just include myself as their part of a team, and then checking it has made a lot of difference. And this difference has come out like because I am attending the sessions in the morning, so like my mind also get relaxed, and I also understand that how we have to behave and how you have to pretend. Sometimes ego you have to put it in your sides, and you have to work like that. Sometimes now and everything is to be accepted, like whatever comes before us is to be first to accept it, and then you think on what is to be done next. Otherwise we should not get upset that why did he say like that, why did he behave like this with me. Nothing, whatever he had behaved, it is his part of a behavior, and I do not have to react to his behavior. So that's what I have learned it, and it's really helpful for me. It's
Very
helping
good.
me a
Thank you
lot,
very
and
much for sharing.
that's
Thank
why
you
I'm
very
attending
much.
these sessions in the morning. Yeah, thank you very much.
Very good. Thank you. And you notice that now you are more in a position to contribute and to create.
Okay.
So I was
That's
sharing
good.
with some people this morning that, if you look at the situation that most of us are having, we are like people who are swimming against the current of life, जैसे दरिया एक तरफ जा रहा है, and we are struggling against it, fighting
Yes.
all the time, right? This happened, that happened, this circumstances happened, that fellow did like this fellow is not listening to me, blah blah blah, right? And it is only putting us into what we call as the struggle mode or the संघर्ष mode. Not much creation is happening, we even lose sight कि हमको चाहिए क्या है. Basically, what are we trying to do? हमने तो कोई result चाहिए ना, that's what we want. But
Our
if
objective
exactly, objective is getting lost. So when we are struggling against the flow of life, now just imagine, suppose you say, all right, all this is happening, I'm going with the flow. First thing will happen is that you are happier, you're not struggling, you'll have more energy, your mind will be more in control, and then you'll say, all right, now I'm going this way, so which way should I turn my boat? Left, right, straight, At least I will not lose sight of my objective. Then you are getting into a mode which I call as the creative mode. Otherwise,
Yes.
reactive mode is struggling mode, takes away you from. So, if you look at a story of many people's life, only struggle is happening. So, it's very interesting. Thank you very much, Badresh, for sharing it. Okay, who else? I'd like you to share. Yes, please, Suchi. Go ahead. Nice to see you smiling.
Over the last 2 days, I've been spewing judgment at at a person who's holding the positivity or whatever, holding it to the T. Okay, so in spite of my judgments, I'm forced to upgrade, and I'm having breakthroughs one after another in the areas that I've held on to for years and years. So that's what I wanted to say there.
Congratulations, congratulations. Thank you very much. And you know something, that you have such a big structure of support available to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, so everybody who's there with you at this level, energetically, we are available to you. And there are thousands of people, maybe 350,000 people in the energetic domain who are available to you for support.
But basically what had happened to me is I'm a hardened cynic, and I had somehow rubbished this entire area of self-help and positivity and energy work without having gone into it. So
Interesting. And then you believe in God and you believe in the power of prayer. Prayer is energy.
Yeah.
So,
Yes.
the human beings, we are kind of full of contradictions, are we not? So we can take ourselves lightly and laugh a little bit at ourselves, okay, so I believe in prayer, but I don't believe in the power of positivity. How can that be?
Yeah.
Isn't it? That's what we are, funny people. So we can laugh at that also.
Positivity.
Yeah, I mean, it's good to laugh at our own idiosyncrasies, isn't it?
Yeah.
I keep doing that all the time. It keeps my zameen pe dharti pe pav rehta hai. It's useful. Thank you very much for sharing.
Just made me wonder. I thought I had a lot. I had worked a lot, but it was nothing. It was just nothing. So that's
You
what
are needing to be directed. Your super energy and super intelligence needs to be channelized and directed to break mountains and create things. You understand? Your brain is telling you, madam, you are underutilizing yourself. What the hell are you doing?
Right.
All right. So we'll wake up that sleeping giant of yours and make good use of it. All right. So join the club of warriors, the positivity warriors.
Thank you.
Right. I thought came to me just now as I was talking to you. I'll share with you afterwards. Yeah. Because we don't want to make this entire session only about you. And yet it is about you and everybody else who's there on this call. All right. So I have been thinking, and this thinking got triggered off by somebody sharing the other day. And I said, all right, till now, maybe struggling and, reacting and resisting has been our default mode. All right. And we are trying to shift it into, so what's our default mode now? Getting influenced by circumstances? Yes or no? Reacting to circumstances, resisting the circumstances. That is the default mode for most people. So the first step that you've taken is to join hands with us and be here every morning to open up the positivity in your life, right? So you've taken the first step. And many of you who have been there right from the beginning, and you are with us for the 29th session today. So wow, what a wonderful journey. Thank you very much for being there and encouraging all of us. Okay, that is the first step. Now, I'm saying if we can convert our default mode, which was what? Fighting against circumstances, struggling, surviving, reacting, resisting, getting upset. That is our default mode till now. We are going to shift it to what? This mode. Creative mode, right? To have a life of ease, joy, and glory, and that is our default mode. Now the question which comes to my mind, and I want to share it with you, is that what will I create in my life when ease and joy are my default mode? Okay, when happiness has become my default mode. When happiness, ease, and joy becomes my default mode, many of my old reasons for doing whatever I was doing will not be relevant anymore, isn't it? भाई सारी जिंदगी आपने संघर्ष किया और करते जा रहे हो, संघर्ष का कारण खत्म हो गया, अब क्या क्रिएट करोगे? That is the question, right? When we stop operating in the survival mode, then we start getting a life of ease and joy and happiness. And I say, when you get that, what are you going to create in your life? That's the topic for today. It's very interesting that a few people who shared, like Bhadresh and others also, what was coming out is that Bhadresh said, I'm able to create something different, right? I am the cause of some people working more in a more happy manner. I can cause better results to come. I can cause things which I never thought was possible. I mean, just imagine, people like Kuldeep and Hasina ji and all, we are like, you don't know who Kuldeep is. I mean, he's like from the Indian Armed Forces, he's been in the Navy and he's a trainer, right? And his default mode now, I mean, one can say, all right, ab to aap retire ho gaye ho, right? I do not know why they call it retire. Actually, they retire because when you are asked to do nothing, it's very tiring. That's why I never retire. So here he is, all the reasons for his existence over. Now the only thing left is what? Create something which you did not create till now. And I'm sure he's doing that already. That's why when he talks, he creates something. Similarly, my question to each and every one of you, whatever was the reason, whatever was the fight, whatever is the struggle, whatever it is that's making you unhappy, right? अगर आप कुछ करोगे ही नहीं तो unhappy क्यों हो जाओगे? Like one person said, "Sir, मैं कुछ तो करता ही नहीं हूँ तो मुझे दुखी क्यों होना है?" But you know something? Those who don't do anything, they are more unhappy than anybody else. Like they say, the idle mind is a devil's workshop. So imagine that you're a person who can do so much, and your mind or your being is telling you, okay, boss, you are here on this planet to do something wonderful. You're a wonderful, magnificent human being, and you are here to do something wonderful. You are here to do something extraordinary. But तुम ये उलझे हुए हो रोजमर्रा के संघर्ष में, and you're already stuck up in doing all these petty things. And then you become more unhappy. Because somewhere you know that you can do something much more, much bigger than you've done till now. So the question to ask yourself is that when ease and joy are my default mode, a lot of people a whole life they're cribbing only, I am not happy. पैसा मिलेगा तो happiness मिलेगा. मैं कहता हूँ मिल गया happiness, सब कुछ मिल गया, अभी क्या create करने का है? So this is what I want you guys to start thinking about. It's interesting, it happened to me, right? So till about 2 years back, driven, more business, more corporate business. And I've been doing quite well for 35 years. So I have a big reputation, business comes on its own. मुझे कोई sales नहीं करना पड़ता, I don't have to do anything, right? But I was getting bored with it, because I think people need to have some new target in their life, And then Mr. COVID came. I'm so thankful for Mr. COVID. अगर वो नहीं आता, so I would have not discovered my new purpose in my life. So I had everything, right? I was married to the most beautiful person in my life, understanding, kind, everything, right? I had more money in my life than I ever had before. Okay, I was getting business without any effort also. But I was getting bored. I was becoming restless. So, I'm just trying to answer this question that when ease and joy are your default mode, then what can you create in your life? And that's the time when I started really looking at, okay, Sukhdeepak, why are you in this profession? Why have you spent 35 years in this particular profession? And the answer came to me, hey, Sukhdeepak, you want to make a difference in people's lives. You want to create something for people. And that's when I started to do something which I was not doing before. Because I'd say, क्या जरूरत है करने की? हो रहा है ना business. आ रहा है ना? What I'd forgotten was that I'm in this business to make a difference to people's lives. And I started doing that. And when I started doing that, what happened was a lot of my trainer friends who were getting no business at all and not earning at all, I was still earning at the same level that I was earning before. Okay, because I was seeing more and more possibilities. So जब मैं संघर्ष करना छोड़ देता हूं तो संभावनाएं दिखनी शुरू हो जाती हैं. You getting it? When I stop struggling, reacting and resisting, I start to see more possibilities. There is this great guy with this Antilla building in Nepean Sea Road, you know, big man. His father was a petrol pump attendant, right? He's the richest man in India, I think. The government is in his good books also, etc., etc. Now, that man used to say, you know, enterprising people, they see possibilities where ordinary people see roadblocks and obstacles. वो बंदा संघर्ष करता था, I'm sure, but he was creating something, you know. So good question for you guys to ponder over. Okay, all right, happiness is something you can generate, you know, such a simple thing. You know the exercise, right? Whenever you want to generate it, na? 1, 2, 3, go. Happiness हो गया. अब हो गया, now what? Because I believe, guys, and you think about it, if the Almighty has made you a wonderful, magnificent, and extraordinary human being, right? Then He has made you for that particular purpose, right? And if you can create something and you can give that, if you're able to fulfill the purpose of your existence, then what would you like to create in life? उसका मतलब ये नहीं है कि आप पैसा ना बनाओ, because I mean a lot of people, they have only one objective in life till now. सर हम अभी नौजवान हैं, हमको बड़े लाइफ के प्लेजर्स मांगता है, so I should have money. No, please have, यार, buy a Mercedes, buy 4 Mercedes if you want to, right? But you know what? Even money will come if you are fulfilling some purpose. Bill Gates became Bill Gates because he was fulfilling a purpose. He was giving something to the world. Bhadresh Gandhi is Bhadresh Gandhi because he makes wonderful buildings for people. Right? Now, if he's going to think of himself, oh, I am just another builder. Or he can say, you know, when I make a building, people can rest assured that it will never fall in the whole of their life. Okay? क्योंकि मैं लोगों को housing देता हूँ. What makes a L&D a L&D? What makes Shapur Polunji Shapur Polunji? Are you anything less than that? When those guys, they go to the bathroom in the morning, na, scented shit does not come out. खुशबूदार नहीं आती है. If you cut their veins, no, cold blood doesn't come out. We're all the same, right? Some people are willing to challenge themselves and create. Some people are so busy surviving, there's no question of creating anything. समझ रहे हो ना? अगर हम सिर्फ संघर्ष करने में लगे रहेंगे, एक युद्ध नहीं खत्म हुआ, दूसरा शुरू हो गया. अब स्मॉल बिजनेस में क्या होता है यार? समझे, काम कंप्लीट कर दिया तो पेमेंट के पीछे लगे रहो. ये पास करना है, वो पास करना है, ये इंस्पेक्टर है, वो इंस्पेक्टर है, यही जिंदगी रह गई है क्या? ये सब तो करना ही पड़ेगा, राइट? So I was talking to a very interesting guy, you know, it's a big businessman. I mean, at the age of maybe 35, he was having liquid 100 crores in his bank. Okay. So he said to me, you know, in life, we are all like jugglers. Madari जानते हो ना, juggling करते हैं ना? What does a juggler do? जो नया सीखा होता है, new juggler is able to juggle only 2 balls in the air, right? Little more expert, he will have 3 balls in the air at the same time. A little more smart juggler can have 5 balls in the air at the same time. Another juggler can have 7 balls in the air at the same time, right? None of the balls is falling. He says, you know, it's like jugglery. If you're not able to juggle properly, you cannot survive. He said, that's why many people don't become big businessmen, because they are so small in their thinking, they can't juggle properly. Chota game khelna chahte. My point is, boss, it's your game. You choose whatever you want to choose, right? हम कौन होते हैं बोलने वाले? But I'm saying happiness, joy, and ease is easy to get. You understand? Then what you're going to create in your life, you know, that's the question. So having said that, I don't want to say anything more, and I'd love to hear from some of you. What do you think about this? That when I say this, what does it open up for you? And before we do that, I'm going to do a weird statement for you, and I want you to listen to that statement. And when I ask you a question, please say yes. All right? So listen carefully. What is the value of never being a blistering success in life? Everything that's times a godzillion, will you destroy and uncreate it all? Anything that's stopping you from doing that? Right, wrong, or in that. So what's the value of never being a blistering success in life? Everything that's stopping you from being that, will you destroy and uncreate it all right now?
It's
Oh wait, time for me to shut up. मैं चुप रहूंगा. Time for you to talk. So what are you going to create in your life? It doesn't happen to happen. It won't happen instantly. है ना? Long journeys start with one step only, ना? बड़ी इमारत एक पत्थर रखने से शुरू होती है. एक इरादे से शुरू होती है. So what would you like to create in your life? Now, do you want to point? Should I point and ask you, bhai, aap khud hi bol lo?
So I want to share that my son is in the autistic spectrum, and when or whatever, he has some severe difficulties and he's not in the normal stream, the mainstream of learning. So when this diagnosis came up years ago, I took it very badly and went into a state of paralysis. But now I want to open up life for him, and also for many other children. For many other children, once I find a way out for him. And
Okay, so I suggest that you read a book, and the name of the book is "Will You Teach a Fish to Climb a Tree?" It's a very interesting book. I'll send you the link for that book. You must buy it. Will you teach a fish to climb a tree?
Okay.
It might open up some ideas and thoughts in your mind which you never had before. In fact, I think the whole world needs to read this book. Then they will recognize how special these people are. You know, we don't see it, we don't understand it.
So it's not about force fitting him into my idea of him, but just like opening up something new, the planet for him and also for other children.
Look, if people were able to recognize the wealth of these whole-brained, you know, most people are left or right-brained. These are whole-brained people. Okay. And if the world is able to recognize the talent that they bring to the world and nurture it, instead of trying to make them fit into this reality where they don't belong.
Yeah.
You know, you're trying to limit somebody. I mean, if you're going to use a rocket ship to drive your car is going to be broken into pieces.
Yeah.
So it's an interesting book. You should read it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who's the writer of the book?
Gary Douglas, I think. Will you teach a fish to climb a tree?
Right.
He's one of my gurus these days. I'm doing a lot of study with these people. All right, thank you, Suchi. So who's the next person? What are you going to create in your life? It's not over yet, right?
Can I share now?
Yes, certainly, sir. Of course.
I want to say 4 lines before I further go. कि उदासियों की वजह तो बहुत हैं जिंदगी में, उदासियों की वजह तो वैसे बहुत हैं जिंदगी में, मगर बेवजह खुश रहने का मजा ही कुछ और है।
यही तो हम करते हैं सुबह से लेके शाम तक, बेवजह लोग बोलते पागल हो गया बुड्ढा.
And on the same lines, vouching for what Mr. Sukhdeepak is telling us, that, in my view, we should get rid of one thought in our mind that happiness is very difficult. It's not very difficult.
It's
In fact,
easy.
it's the easiest thing. What we have to do, that there are two things in life. Something what we are and something what we do. They're two
Yeah.
different things.
Who you be and what you do are two different
And
things.
what we are is primary, what we do is secondary.
Absolutely.
Like an ocean, there are different types of waves. For the existence of waves, the existence of ocean is necessary.
Yes.
For existence of ocean, waves are not necessary. So what we are, if that is only could be found, what we do would be suitable and appropriate.
Fantastic.
When he's saying that we should have the life of ease and effortlessness, that is enough. That is enough.
Well, I'm taking it a step further, Kuldeep ji.
Ji.
You have a life of ease, joy, and glory. That's only for you, right? So my question to everybody is that, look, if we are still alive,
Yes.
that means we still have a lot to give to the world, isn't it?
Exactly.
So my question is, what are you going to create now that you have a life of ease, joy, and glory? And you can create. Create means you can create anything you want, whatever. So just now you told us a poem, you created that. You added value to us. So thank you very much for that.
So I am continuing to do whatever I learn and whatever my experience to share with the people for empowering them a little.
Great, fantastic. So you'll continue to do that.
Yeah.
And if you need any support from any of us to do that, please do let us know.
I would.
We'll be happy to contribute.
And Mr.
Right.
Sudeepak, I would request you to repeat the tip which you have given, that when the interpretation is there, how can you get it up? Because I have attended only 3-4 sessions here. So whenever your time is, kindly repeat
I'll
that.
give you a call. We'll have a conversation.
I will have a conversation.
I'm going to pull you into our core group, so you'll get a lot more stuff from us.
Please.
Right? All right. Thank you very much. So who's next? Please share with us that now that you're there and you've got your life full of ease, joy, and glory. Now what? What are you going to create in your life? किस चीज का उत्पाद करोगे? Shirish bhai, why don't you start? आप muted है.
You're muted. Unmute.
Please unmute. Yeah, now talk. I think you're unmuted.
Yeah. So just now you said that your ease and your happiness, they are your default things, right?
When you have made it your default thing, then what? क्या create करोगे अब?
So that is the default, and that is the you can say capital of us, right? Based on this capital, we can definitely spread joy, happiness to others. So whatever way possible, by helping others, by listening to them. It's not that every time you have to pay them something, or you have to just money comes in between. Even if you just give a patient listening to person with some problem, agony, some solace is there. So whatever way possible, I'll definitely do this.
Sir, एक बात बताएं, मैं आपसे पूछूं, बुरा ना माने.
Yeah.
कि you are a very, very experienced person, and you have invested so much of your life in acquiring so much of knowledge and skills, and they are very special skills. So if I ask you what are those skills, what would your answer be?
My skill is to, I mean, I just can't put in the words as such, but I would like to make friends with people, those who are not, I mean, very familiar to us, try to understand them, try to understand their feelings, and share with them whatever is possible with us, and try to learn new things. That is what I have. I'm doing it now. And
whole life what you have been doing out of your learning only you are doing, no?
yeah,
तो वो क्या है? आपने कुछ कभी मेंशन किया था कि मैं एक्टिंग करता था या कुछ इस तरह से?
ये अभी तो नहीं करता हूँ।
हाँ, मगर वो हुनर तो है ना आपके पास?
हुनर तो है, कभी भी है, हुनर है। Whenever there is an opportunity, I grab it, try to do that, and
सर
try to
आप क्रिएट कर सकते हो। चार
हाँ, create-
बच्चों को पकड़ो और बोलो कि बच्चा चलो हम एक प्ले क्रिएट करते हैं।
Yeah, that's what I do. That's what I do. Whenever there is an opportunity, I do it.
हाँ, तो फिर ऐसे क्यों कह रहे हो? So you are much more than you think you are. You know that.
No,
I would
I
love to
have-
touch with you when I come to Bombay. I'm going to get in touch with you.
Yeah. I have.
आपकी-
I go to many colleges and try to mingle with the students. Try to give them some confidence. You know, कैसे बोले, क्या करे, how to interact with others. You know, and the personality development and the communication skills. I go to many of the colleges. That's what I
तो
do.
वही ना, ये
That
वही
is
ना
my
बात।
passion. That is my passion.
अब बड़ी मुश्किल से निकाला सब ये हमने आपके मुंह से, हैं? बड़े कंजूस हो यार, बताते नहीं हो। Thank you very much for sharing. All right, thank you so much. Okay, you can mute yourself now. Okay, who's next? What are you going to create in your life? Shakti, you can also talk. Neelam, you are there on the other side of the world. I don't know what time it is over there now.
It's nighttime right now. It's like past 9 p.m.
That's not very late.
No,
At least you will
no,
not be
it's-
yawning in the middle of it all. So what is it that you're going to create when ease and joy is your default mode?
I'm gonna create that every day feels like a joy, even though I'm working. Work doesn't feel like work. It feels like pure, my purpose. Mostly I'm giving my purpose and I'm giving my love and passion and my joy in that. Yeah. So that's what it's gonna feel like.
You're a doctor, is it?
I have a degree in medicine, but I'm not licensed, so I'm not practicing. No, I'm not practicing.
Oh, so then what do you do? I mean, in the US, I saw something in your LinkedIn profile. You're doing something special, I think, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm applying for full-time CRO biopharm tech companies as a CRA, as a research clinical research, and I'm also applying in ABA roles for to be a ABA therapist, but mostly I rather do the CRA role, clinical research.
Wow.
So I've been applying. It's a saturated market. COVID hasn't helped, but and
Who
also
knows? You might invent the molecule to defeat this thing. Who knows?
well, I'm doing some network marketing and stuff too. So I do the e-commerce and I also have my I'm learning to be able to coach people. So coach and handle things because I did the landmark forum as well.
Yeah, I know. I also did the EST training in 1982 and all the courses of landmark you can possibly. I used to be the center manager in Delhi also, among other things. Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that.
Mr. Vijay was saying that. Yeah.
Good.
So I want to do something from e-commerce from home and be able to coach and help people. And I'm more so going towards the functional medicine and wellness and, lifestyle, travel, fashion, anything you name it, just from a functional standpoint, how to live, a life of purpose, travel, have a good life, have joy and purpose and fulfillment.
Yeah, like Werner says, our inherent desire is to make a difference in life.
Yeah. So the more I think problems I can solve, the more successful I can be, and the more I will create a contribution to the world. So that's the goal. And so while I'm working on the e-commerce stuff, I'm also applying in corporate America and and I'm doing both. And I'm also working as an interpreter on the phone for different languages. I speak like Hindi, Gujarati, and Spanish. So I'm doing that. Plus I'm looking for roles, in clinical research and things like that. So that's the goal.
Wow.
And I'm studying for my medical board exam too.
Fantastic. Good. Thank you very much. And it's nice to have you with us. And thank you for sharing.
Next one, I'm going to do advanced forum. So I'm going to join the advanced, but I'm going to join India's advanced forum. So I'm going to join the India
Well,
group.
it doesn't matter where you do it.
Yeah, now it doesn't matter because everything's on Zoom.
Yeah, and it is something, where you create the future from the future. So that's very interesting conversation over there. All right, very good. Thank you for sharing. Who's next? What are you going to create? I seriously want every one of you to dwell on it. Yeah, so what do I want to create in life? Now that, ease and joy has become my default mode. That when I stop living for survival, then, संघर्ष खत्म करके और क्या create कर सकते हैं? So I would like to speak about that. Manasi, would you like to share something which is popping into your head right now?
Hello,
Yes, who's this?
Abhinav.
Yes, sir. Good morning. Namaskar.
Namaskar. So the pride and the satisfaction in yourself and to the persons who are getting the value, joy and happiness from your activities and all. So that's the thing that you are going to create. The happiness
Me?
and the pride and the satisfaction.
I am going to create or you are going to create?
Yeah.
मैं तो create कर ही रहा हूँ. आप अपनी बात कर रहे हो क्या?
Yes, sir. Anyone who is living with the joy and the happiness, so he will be creating the satisfaction and the pride among others and himself.
Fantastic. लोगों का स्वाभिमान बढ़ाओगे और उनकी खुशियां बढ़ाओगे. Fantastic. और बाकी अपना व्यापार भी तो चलाओगे कि उसको बंद करने का इरादा है?
नहीं सर, चलाएंगे सर.
All right, good. Thank you very much for sharing it. All right, my dear friends, Vitri and Rama, would you like to say something also?
I think Nidhi wants to say something. Go on, Nidhi.
I think my mic is working.
Yes, it is working loud and clear. We can hear you.
I thought it's not working.
Arey, we can hear you, Baba.
Okay. So just like whatever you have learned till now, like me as myself, so I would like to spread that words or the message of being positive and being tuned with life. So that's what I would like to multiply among people.
मतलब मुझे मिठाई का डब्बा मिल गया तो सबको बांटूंगी. Very good. I like it.
I love to distribute chocolates and sweets.
Among other things. भाई happiness बांटने का मतलब यही हुआ ना? Okay, very good. Thank you very much for sharing. Who else? Vetri and Rama. Yeah, Rama, it's your turn now. Go ahead. What are you going to create now?
So when I'm in ease and joy, I easily and joyfully create ease and joy around me and for others.
Okay, wonderful. Is that what you want to keep creating? I don't want to keep it for myself. I want to share it with others. Hello, that reminds me, all of you on this call today, we are 19 people. You know what? If you want to share this ease and joy with other people, invite one person each. They'll also be, that's one way of sharing it. Yes.
Can I add something, sir?
Why not, sir? Definitely.
I don't know whether I'm the senior most around here.
बताइए आपकी उम्र कितनी है?
अभी 100 होने को 20 बाकी है.
तो आप हमसे 8 साल छोटे हैं और कुलदीप से भी छोटे हैं और हसीना जी से भी छोटे हैं.
नहीं, वो उम्र की मैं भी हूँ.
I just lost the what you say, right to vote.
Number one position. No, you can say. बताइए, what were you going to say?
See, whatever I am today,
yes,
is not that I deserved it and I acquired it and I conquered it. Somebody has helped me at every stage to come here. Maybe I have taken initiative at some place, but there has been helping hand from everybody. Why did I go to that school? Because my father or mother or elder brother selected that school.
Yeah, they sent you.
Why did I like to become engineer? Because somebody initiated that thought in me that if you want to be service to industry or create something, then you have to be an engineer. So there has been a push force or motivators at every stage. And I would like to repay, I don't say loan, but I say the goodness that has been given to me, I must repay to the society. And that is what I do. I was a chairman of Institution of Engineers, and their A and B classes and examinations. So even today I act as a guide for appearing for postgraduate studies, etc.
Wow,
I work.
fantastic.
I work in Rotary for disabled people. And
which Rotary Club are you part of? I'm also a Rotarian.
Bombay Science 3141.
Yeah, I'm with Brave Hearts.
Brave. No, we will be completing our golden jubilee in 2024.
Fantastic,
I was president in 88, 89. Long.
Fantastic.
No. I am also involved with Senior Citizen, that is Dignity Foundation, and where 60 of us, 60 from last March to today, every day we spend 2 hours together on WhatsApp. Everybody inquires about other person, and lately, at least for it's not possible for last 1 year, but I don't come home unless I help somebody to cross a road or get a taxi or get a bus, or if they are finding something which they don't have. Unless I do that, I don't come home, because I have reached this place or whatever I am today. It is because somebody has helped me, and it is my duty to make sure that at least I repay by doubling that efforts to the society.
Thank you very much for sharing it, because it reminds me that in 82, when I decided to take on this profession, it was for this reason only. Who I am today is the result of what people have done for me. So it's my time to give back to society. Because, I used to work for one of the Bosch companies. And people told me, "Tera dimag kharab ho gaya? Multinational job kaun chhodta hai?" मैं कहा वो तो कोई बात नहीं है, मेरे को यही करना है, because I saw that as a way of making a difference in the lives of people.
And when I come home with that kind of joy, the sleep is beautiful, the mornings are beautiful, and
so
look forward to another.
आपका फेवरेट गाना तो मेरे वाला ही होगा, किसी की मुस्कुराहटों को नहीं।
Yes, sure.
किसी का दर्द मिल सके तो ले उधार, किसी के वास्ते हो तेरे दिल में प्यार, जीना उसी का नाम है।
इसी का नाम है। True.
Exactly. ये गाना मुझे बहुत प्रेरित करता है। और एक और है, वो गाना बोलता है क्या, गर्दिश में हो तारे ना घबराना प्यारे, अगर तू हिम्मत ना हारे तो होंगे वारे न्यारे। रिमेम्बर, ये हम जब छोटे थे तब का गाना है, कभी भूला नहीं मैं इसको।
Correct. Yes.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for sharing that, Ashok ji. Thank you so much. Such a pleasure to listen to you. Okay. Who else? Sir, yes, Mr. Vitrivel Garu.
A quick share, sir. Being with you for a long time, the purpose is very clear. If my ease and joy is my default mode, what I will create more possibilities. I'll help people to find newer possibilities. And I started doing it.
Yes.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right. Anybody else?
I would like to share what I have been doing, which I can't do right now. I used to fill water bottles and go down about 5 liters, small bottles, and I used to give it to people who sell vegetables. They sit on the road or they take cart and go. Then I go in the taxi, I carry cold water bottles to give it to them in the taxi driver. That I have been doing for a few years. But now I cannot take the weight of the bottles, so I have stopped it. So I don't know if there is anything that I can do at this age.
Well, ask yourself a question, how can I make it possible? Somebody will appear who will help you to carry the bottles, you know that?
But that also I did for some time. When I couldn't carry, my children stopped me from going down because I'm on the 3rd floor. But then I used to quietly take them in my bag or in my purse.
Good. So now think, what is it that you can do? I'm sure you can do a lot of things. You know, there's something I can tell you. Each one of you can do that at least. That you can invite one person to come and be a part of these morning conversations. That's one way you can spread the joy, no? That's one way you can make a difference. This is the easy way. Of course, you can choose a difficult one also if you want to. All right. So everybody, the others are, I suppose, not in a mood to speak. So one last chance to anybody else who might want to share. What is it that you'd like to do? So why don't you unmute yourself and say it, Manasi ji? आप बोल भी सकती हैं ना? Everybody is not looking at the chat. Okay. So there is no mic.
Clinically depressed and is wary of taking psychiatric medicines. I want to help such a person to climb out of it on their own, because I have done it and I have figured out some ways to do it. So
yeah, I do that a lot. I do that a lot. I've helped many of such people to come out and they don't have to take medications or, you know, all that. So you should talk to me. We can work together on that.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Very nice. Thank you very much. Okay. So thank you very much, each and every one of you, wonderful, magnificent, extraordinary people. And let's get together tomorrow again for this wonderful session where the positivity warriors will have empowering conversations. So thank you very much and see you tomorrow morning at 7:30. Thank you.